today with a first impressions of the new Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation. Now, when I saw this released, I was so excited. I was just waiting for it to come available on Sephora's website because you guys know, I love trying out foundations. I feel like I've done so many foundation first impressions lately, and I was really excited about this one because it's supposed to be long wearing, imperceptible on the skin. You guys know that I like that kind of foundation, medium coverage, and it's supposed to make you look youthful. So this comes in 29 shades. It retails for $46. You get 1.08 fluid ounces. It's supposed to be for all skin types, medium coverage, long wearing. It has SPF. It's supposed to not have a flashback. It's supposed to look like skin, be very lightweight, wear for 24 hours, buildable coverage, and it's oil-free, and it has, it's one of the first to the market technology that encapsulates the SPF in the pigment, which I believe is what keeps it from having a flashback in photos. It has skincare benefits, including phenomenal hydration. It contains snow mushroom, which is known for an impressive ability to hold on to water. It's like nature's dupe for hyaluronic acid. It also contains blue daisy extract, which is known to visibly diminish the complexion dulling effects of pollution. And they're supposed to keep your skin hydrated, plumped, and more youthful looking. And that is basically the claims of the foundation. Again, it retails for $46. I got the shade medium R310. The medium R310 is a light medium with pink undertones. So before we get into the demo, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this video a nice thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, and now let's just get into the demo. Start off by prepping our skin. I'm gonna use my Smashbox primer water. I use this like every morning. I absolutely love it. I think when this one's done, I'm gonna switch to my Too Faced Hangover RX priming water, or it's like a setting spray or a prepping spray. I think I'll switch to that one because this is my last one, but this is fantastic if you like a little extra hydration into your skin. I just love facial mists so much. All right, for my primer, I'm a little bit congested today, so I'm sorry if I sound a little nasally, but I'm gonna use this Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. My skin has been so dry since I got back from Michigan. Oh my gosh, my skin just needs like all the moisture, all the love it can possibly get because that cold weather and being in an airplane just did a number to my skin. I used the Primed and Peachy from Too Faced, and we're just going to do one pump and put that in the center of the face and then kind of fade it out, blend it out. This stuff smells so good. Packaging, it looks like it's in like a little squeezy tube, which this doesn't look like very much foundation, but it is actually a little over 1 fluid ounce, 1.08 fluid ounces. So I did a little self-tan, so I'm hoping that this shade will work. And it is a little squeezy tube. Now, the only bad thing is you can't really like set it down on, you have to like put the lid back on in order to set it on its side. Did I just fling that? All right, let's give this a go. The consistency is kind of cool. Do you see that? Like kind of, it's not like creamy, but it's not like super liquidy either. Okay. I'm gonna use my beauty blender because you know that's like my favorite. So that was one little squirt here. Let's start blending. Oh, I think this shade is going to work. That is encouraging because it was like, the thing that I like that Sephora is doing nowadays is they will show models in what foundation range. So if you go to most of their foundations, especially their newer ones, in the photos they'll either have swatches or sometimes they'll have like a live model with that shade color. So you can kind of like compare if your skin tone is similar to the models. I'm seeing sheer. I'm also seeing that it is not blending onto my skin at all. All right, let's get a brush. I'm hating the way that the Beauty Blender is blending this out. It's like not blending it, or it's sitting on the skin really weird. So let's go in with a little bit more. Do you see that? How it like kind of has those like weird stringy things? Okay, let's try this again. I'm very excited. I want this foundation to work. And so we're gonna go in with a brush because the Beauty Blender was like making it kind of sit on the skin weird, and also like a gather, like it was moving around and clumping up, which was super strange. So let's try a brush and see if that works. I definitely think the shade is good. All right. A brush is definitely the way to go with this foundation. But I feel, yeah, I don't like the way that that's looking. It's definitely detectable. I feel like I don't really have like wrinkles right here, but I feel like it's like oddly setting in to my face. Like it's setting in around my mouth, which I never, ever, ever, ever have issues with. I literally never had a foundation do that before. And I've been using this primer, so a lot with other foundations. But let's try something different. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try a Marc Jacobs primer with it, because I have the coconut primer. So let's try that and see if we can make this work. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs coconut primer because a Marc Jacobs foundation should work with a Marc Jacobs primer. We're just gonna do this. We're not gonna do any spray. We're not gonna do the T-zone thing. We won't do my normal routine. We'll just try this and see if this works. I have never had foundation like gather right here. Like this part of my face is not a part of my face that ever looks old, and I feel like that looked a little bit old and agey. We're not gonna use the Beauty Blender. Maybe that was the issue, I don't know. But it says it's supposed to make you look youthful. That did not make me feel like I looked youthful. I felt like I had just like some weird stuff happening around my mouth, which was super strange. Like that is not a trouble area for me. My trouble areas are usually like around my eyes. That's where I get like my little fine lines and stuff. But would not say my mouth has ever been a trouble area for foundation to settle. Quite light coverage. The thing that's weird about this is it's like I'm trying to describe how it feels on my skin. Like it's not sticky, but it's like, I don't know. It's an interesting feeling. Like my skin feels, it feels heavy on the skin. Like I most definitely can feel it. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more and see if we can build it up. I think that was like fairly light coverage. I feel like I used a lot though. See how this gloopiness of it? It kind of has like a feeling like I have like I put on some sort of face mask. Oh, do you know what the gloppiness reminds me of? It reminds me of some of the Glam Glow masks. You know how they have like that gloopy, stringy consistency? Like that's kind of what the texture of the foundation is. It's very interesting. It's like not creamy, it's kind of like gloopy. I feel like that is actually like a very good description of it. It's gloopy. Well, I do have to say it looks a little bit better switching out the primer, but I think it says it's like undetectable on the skin. No, homegirl, this is detectable on the skin. Like it looks pretty. Looking at my viewfinder, I feel like it looks nice. In person, like from my mirror, I'm like, what, 1.5 feet away. I think it looks pretty. Up close, it still looks nice, but you most definitely can see the foundation. I'm just gonna see if I can like push it into the skin a little bit with this. I'm going to do my concealer. I'm going to powder, finish up the rest of my makeup, and then we will check back in and see how everything applied over it. Okay, so I am here with a check-in. I kind of finished up all my makeup a little while ago, but I had filmed another tutorial for the rest of my face of first impressions. I had a conference call, I had to do something with my hair, and Ethan is homesick today, so I had to go make sure that he is hunky-dory and doing fine. So it's now 10:17. I've had this on, I don't think I showed what time I put it on, but it was about 8:30. So I definitely think that once it's set with powder, it looks a lot better. And I think the key with this foundation is finding the right primer and definitely using a brush. That was really weird how it was just kind of like sitting and gathering and kind of clumping on my skin. I've never had a foundation quite do that before. It like literally wasn't blending in and it just kept gathering, and this area looked super weird and old, which I never ever have a problem with foundation doing that. It's definitely not the most skin-like foundation I've ever used. You definitely can tell I have foundation on, but I think it's nice. I think that the finish is really pretty. The powder that I use to set it is the Urban Decay Velvetizer powder, which is literally a dream powder. It is like a miracle in a little container, a miracle in a jar. It's absolutely phenomenal. So see how it wears throughout the day, and I will check in a few hours. If you want to see a tutorial for the rest of this look, make sure you're subscribed. That way you can see when that goes up. And yeah, I'll check back in a few hours. All right, so I'm back with the check-in. It is 2:42, so I've been wearing this for about 6 hours, and so far so good. It still looks pretty darn good. I'm a little bit shiny in my, right along the side of my nose, and a slight bit on my forehead, but not too bad. So I'm just going to kind of dab it a little bit with the brush. And other than that, it's still holding up nicely. I just feel like it's doing weird things around my mouth. Like it's almost like, I don't know, like this is gonna sound weird. Like when I do this, it's almost like giving me like cellulite in the face. I know that sounds weird, but you know, like when you have cellulite and it kind of has that weird like puckering look, I feel like this foundation's almost doing that right here. And I literally, like I know I have dimples here and here, but I almost feel like it's giving me that weird like wrinkly, dimply look around my mouth and my chin, and that's literally something I've never noticed. I've never thought like, wow, that looks kind of old right there. I even feel with like the other primer, it definitely did that, but even now using a Marc Jacobs primer, I still feel like it does the same thing. Like I feel like I like have cellulite right here. That sounds so weird, but it's true. It's like how, that's the best way I can think of to describe the look it is giving me that I'm not digging. So anyways, we'll do one more check-in, maybe two more, but for sure one more check-in at the end of the day and see how it's holding up. Shine-wise, I think it's good. I just don't really love what it's doing to this section of my face. Now, 5:30, we are at the 9-hour mark. Let's just see how she's doing. Can I zoom in closer? Let's see, I'll get you in focus here. I'm not gonna comment on, you know, it separating where my glasses were. But when I look at my face, what is in my hair? It has definitely started to break up on my forehead. It almost has made my forehead look alligatory. I don't know if you can see that. I can't get that close. But I feel like my forehead looks really, really dry and almost scaly looking. Also, if I just like lightly touch my forehead, I'm moving quite a bit of product. You can see it's like oily on my fingers. Also, right along my chin, it's separating and it's still like literally, I just feel this whole area like looks like it's aged. Like I feel like, I don't know how to describe it, but I don't feel like it looks that great. I'm definitely oily back in my, right here along my nose. Like literally the foundation is just like sliding off my skin. Ugh. Definitely would not say 25-hour wear. I think that the Physicians Formula foundation that I've shown you guys in previous videos, if you haven't seen that video, check it out. I love that foundation so much. It's $12, significantly less expensive, lasts longer, gives that same natural look to the skin, but doesn't do this weird settling that's happening around my mouth. It doesn't separate. For the price, this is just too expensive. It feels heavy on my skin. My skin just like literally, I was like, I gotta go film my outro because I just wanna wash my face so bad. It just feels tacky and greasy. It's definitely not the greasiest foundation I've ever tried. I've definitely tried some that make me look like an oil slick, but I just feel like it feels yuck on the skin. which is a bummer because I really wanted to like this foundation. I don't know what it is. There's just something about the consistency of this, that kind of gloppy feel that really didn't, you know, set or sink into my skin nicely. It kind of like set on top of it and then just kept doing this weird thing. I can't get over this section. Like, I think you guys have watched enough of my foundation routines or foundation first impressions to know that I have never once mentioned anything about this area looking bad, like ever. So that's really, really strange for me. So this is a no-go for me. Oh, if you have oily skin, oh, I'd pass. I hope you found this helpful. Have you tried this foundation? What are your thoughts? For me, it was a pass. I'm bummed. I wanted to love it. I really was so excited to try this foundation and it just let me down. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.